Okay, 1.6, problem number 15, is one of these weird combinations of logarithms and exponents, and very often there's a connection between them. So I think to answer this question, we're better off just thinking here about, okay, the answer is something, and I'll figure that out in a minute, but it's probably better if we can translate this one. If you're ever stuck on a logarithm, translate it into an exponent. All right, people tend to do better at that. So log base 2 of this ugly number 2 to the 5/3 is asking us this question. Our base 2 gets raised to some power over here, and it equals this product here, which, okay, it's ugly, it's 2 to the 5/3. But I think as soon as I write that out and I ask you guys to take a look at what's in red here, what would go in the box to make this a true statement? Well, 2 to the blank is equal to 2 to the 5/3. Well, if that's 5/3 as well, then yeah, obviously those two are equal to each other, and that's going to be our answer to problem number 15, 5/3. Now, what you might have figured out here, guys, is that this log base 2 and then 2 to a power, those are essentially inverse operations that cancel each other out, and that 5/3 there is just your answer. So you could see that with a simpler example. If I rewrote and changed the problem a little bit, what if I gave you something like log base 3 of 3 to the second power? Let's go with that. This is one you could maybe figure out a different way. 3 to the second isn't that hard to evaluate. That's 9. So now I could just rewrite the problem as log base 3 of 9, and let's think about the question now. 3 raised to what power is equal to 9? The answer is 2. And again, you see here that if I go back to the original expression, the log base 3 and the 3 are inverses. They cancel each other out, and that exponent 2 is really just my answer. The same thing happened up here. The log base 2's canceled, and the 5/3, the exponent, was just my answer as well. So that would be true no matter what this number was. As long as this base was the same number, then this exponent, even if it's something ugly like 5/3, is going to be your final answer.